Across the U.S. media, the conflict between anti-gun advocates and gun rights advocates is heightening. But at the center of that argument might be the gun culture in the United States. So Thai law firm headed to Khao San Road, considered to be the traveler's hub of Bangkok, to talk with travelers from around the world about what gun culture is like in their countries. In Australia, are you allowed to own firearms?
If you have a license, yes.
If you have a license?
Yes.
What does it take to acquire a license?
Not too sure, but I have to say you'd have to have a background check, a police check, and then there'd be a limit on what ammo and stuff you could have, I suppose.
I think you can't just have any guns either. You can't have assault rifles and stuff like that.
Are Australians okay with that? Do they care to put more firearms in their hands, or are they fine with restrictions
I think
on
I think we're fairly happy with it. There's not too much gun violence or anything like that, I don't think so. Yeah.
There's not too much gun violence?
No, not really.
No more than anywhere else, at least. It's not perfect, but yeah.
What would you say like the gun culture is like? Those who own guns, do they do so mostly for sportsmanship and hunting, or is it for defense?
Yeah, no, I don't think,
shooting.
Not much for defense, no.
Where are you guys from?
England.
Yeah, England. And in England, are you allowed to legally own a firearm?
No.
Not really, no.
Do English citizens care to own a firearm? Assault weapons?
It's very uncommon. Very uncommon.
Very. Why would you want to?
You wouldn't. Yeah, it's
unnecessary.
It's unnecessary. Yeah. We don't really feel the need to have them. Really, to be honest, don't really need them.
No.
So, if you get caught with a firearm, what are some of the penalties or charges you might face? Are you aware?
Imprisonment,
Jail,
really.
yeah.
Imprisonment,
Yeah.
Toughest extent of law, really.
Don't think there's any leeway with it.
Yeah, there's no sort of, oh, you had it for this reason or that. It's just basically no, simple no.
So all firearms, regardless if they're rifles used for sportsmanship or hunting, are just all banned?
I think
hunting's a sort of grey area where there's a lot of sort of debating going on about with hunting, like a lot of protests and stuff going on about hunting, whether it's right or wrong and stuff. So there is still hunting going on, but they're trying to sort of stamp it out almost.
Right.
Yeah,
it's not quite like the United States.
no, nothing, nowhere, nothing like that. No, not at all. Yeah.
Can't compare it.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it's totally opposite, really. Yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
So in South Korea, are you allowed to own a firearm?
No.
And if you're caught owning a firearm, what are the penalties?
You mean a personal? If a personal have a gun, I think originally it's impossible to get a gun. So if we have a gun, it means you are like a gang or something like that. But even a gang, it's very difficult to get a gun. Mm-hmm. Maybe from Russian mafia or something like that. So it's very rare. So there are some gun accidents in Korea, but that's sometimes because of just police, not the civil citizens, just a cop. So.
Do South Koreans want to own guns? Do they care?
No. We don't want, because, as you know, the Korean men have to go to army, to serve the army. So in the maybe middle of 20 or the beginning of 20, the Korean men have to go to army, and then they use the gun. So maybe a lot of Korean men are sick of guns. Yeah, so
they're sick of guns.
Yeah, sick of guns. We don't like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's rifle, not shotgun. Just rifle. Yeah, rifle. Mm-hmm.
So by the time they get out of the army, they don't care to fire a rifle or a
don't care. Yeah, they don't care.
Can you own a firearm in Australia? Is there any?
You can own one in Australia, but you do need a license, and not many people in the city actually own them.
To go through a license, you got to go through a lot of testing and
a lot of police checks.
Yeah.
Police checks being like a simple background check?
Background check, criminal activity, stuff like that.
Do most Australians desire to own a firearm?
I wouldn't say desire to. No, especially not in the city. I mean, you don't really need one, and it's not like you need it for self-defense or anything.
In the country, you can on a private property, and it's more common in the country than the city. In the city, you probably get arrested if you just bring out a gun.
Yeah. And a knife. Knife as well. If you're actually concealing any weapons, if a policeman thinks that you're actually concealing any weapons, he can search you and actually take it off you and arrest you. So
even a box cutter, they can arrest you for a box cutter. They consider that as a weapon. So
are the penalties harsh for those sorts of charges?
Usually fines for like a box cutter or a knife.
I'm not too sure exactly how much, but I'd say somewhere between 500 to 1,000 Australian dollars. Maybe.
But if it's a gun or anything worse than that, then you'll get charged and I'm sure you go to jail.
Yeah, especially without a license.
Yeah.
So then those who do own firearms, is it mostly because of self-defense or is it because of like hunting and sportsmanship? Or?
Hunting and sportsmanship. Yeah.
That's why it's in the country, because obviously hunting for your farm, etc. In the city, it's not common at all. Yeah.
The desire's not there, so it's only needed for the country.
It's only needed hunting, yeah.